High tech.
Yes. Okay. So we're recording. So everybody, I'm so honored to have here Lucas from Underdog Investors Group from Crypto Lab Research right here. He's so hard to get him in. All right. Now, if you watch this video later on, well, probably most of you are going to watch it at 1.5 speed to be much easier for you, okay, and much faster, okay. We're going to do at the time some giveaway. If anybody asks some question, I'm going to do some giveaway. And again, first of all, thank you for everybody who joined. And Lucas, thank you so much. I'm honored to meet you here, man. A few days ago, I had a great AMA with SK Crypto, and now you're a hard man to get. I will admit that. But thank you for coming. I invite you here because there are a few reasons. I want to chat crypto. I want to chat about. Yeah, your member thing, because I joined there 2 months ago. People who don't know you, all right? So I have a YouTube channel. I'll put the link down in the description. Probably most of you know him. He's been in the DeFi space for a long time. And then what I found out when I joined your membership, I didn't log in for a month because I was busy. But New Year, 3:30 a.m. All right, that was my goal. I say, okay, till New Year, I need to set up my targets. So I, like you say, I liquidate this, all my tasks are done, to-do list. And then New Year, 3:30, I wake up. Doesn't matter, it's New Year. I wake up 3:30 and I get in and I start listening. And my head blow up. Really blow freaking up, all right? I spent 7 hours the first day. 7 hours, and I hit the gym at 7. I come back, in New Year, it was me and like 3 people at the gym. But gym is very important for me, like you doing the same. And then what's happened is there was so much information. Well, I was extremely positive surprised. Like, if anybody wants to join any group, I think this is number one. And I did a video, I joined 13 paid group for the last 2 months. 13, 14 paid. I paid over $1,000 a month cost me. For 2 months I paid just to see. And what I realized is I rank your group number one, all right? No question about that. Education for the beginners, for the people who are in crypto space and you think but this is a perfect way to fit your puzzles, You have your puzzle of knowledge. And here you can fit so many things. The main stuff I come here is because you detach from a lot of ROI apps and all the stuff. Well, I highly respect that. And we've been burned too many times. And also for yield farming. But it's not just that. It's the way, you give away. When I do a lot of giveaway, I like that. And also the way of positive thinking, all right? Just changing the life. And most people don't realize how important it is. Like starting very small and build up and build up and build up. Everybody wants the next 1000x. And that's fine, but how many times you can get burned? So after joining all these groups, I find out yours is the most amazing. And stay there, and I'm like addicted now. You have so many live calls. You have 5 times a week, like live calls. Not every day the same. You have like technical knowledge, like motivation, like DeFi, like what's happening, where to go, and all that stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm waiting for it. And then what's happening is now I love this group, and pretty much every day I'm going to check when I'm at the gym. I'm listening to the recording because they're like nighttime for me, so I cannot join always. Or if I join, like the kids screaming, so I listen daytime, and I'm getting step by step, and I find amazing guy just 3 days ago, not from your group, just totally opposite. On the other side, and he's with YEILD farming, and he shared to me like so many projects, and I shared to Colin like 3 hours ago. I was so excited, I went into it now. Hedera, I'm going to go over the weekend. We jump into osmosis, and I think it's tonight or tomorrow osmosis. Yeah. Like full education. I think there's so many opportunity where you. And I love like so many things. I love the main stuff is the 7 principles. How to get into the yield farming. Okay, I will stop talking. Go ahead, tell the people who you are. are, what do you love in your life, and what do you do? I know, just short, how to say, autobiography for you.
Yeah. I think I'll sum it up with 2.5. When was the truckers convoy? When was COVID? I don't know when COVID was, but I shut down an old business and we kind of moved to Mexico during COVID out of Canada. And I donated money to the truckers convoy because they're my boys. I come from the oil rigs, so I worked on the oil rigs for 6 years. I know that crowd well. And when Canada threatened to shut my bank accounts down, I basically moved all my assets, corporate accounts, personal accounts, onto the blockchain. And through that journey, started asking the question of, can I get better yields than a lot of my other investments? And the answer was obviously yes. Making 30-40% a year is super easy, and you could do 80, 90, 100% if you play it right. And so I just realized this is the opportunity, and for the next 5, 6, 8 years, this is what I want to do. And then I will also say I appreciate all the kind words, Phil, but I am a small cog in the wheel of what happens on our team. We got David, Colin, Maddie, we've got admins. There's no way that I'd be able to do what I do, and I know just 10%. So there's David's been trading and doing trading, but also crypto and DeFi for the last few years, but trading for over a decade. And it's just like, Colin's been doing this forever. There's no way I could do what I do without them. So although I kind of get the credits, Lucas is this awesome dude, and he's got it all figured out. I don't. The team is, without the team, it wouldn't happen. So they're, so I appreciate all the love and the mindset stuff, dude, and fitness stuff. Like, how much money can you make? There's diminishing returns on money. Like, I was in LA here. I'm in LA right now, and I rented a Lambo because I usually rent cars when I travel, and I like to drive in style because I like cars. Like, I'm stuck in traffic 3 days ago in a Lamborghini, top down, miserable, like so angry. And I just had, because traffic, and I was late for a meeting, and I just remembered it was just a little brief reminder of like, dude, the Lambos and the money and the crypto portfolio, and I don't care if you catch 1,000x. Happiness is internal. And so it was just a really great reminder of like, if we're just chasing money, which I think everyone in the crypto DeFi space is doing, and I saw it, and the mental health and like, people are making a ton of money, but they're not millionaires. Like, maybe they're millionaires in their net worth because they caught a pump, but they're not millionaires internally. Their life goes to shit after that, just like many lottery winners. And so I just realized that's a really important component of it all, is us as individuals and just kind of how we approach life, whether that's in the spiritual or the mental or just the emotional game. But it's extremely important. So we lean heavily on that. I just want people to be successful in all areas of their life. And money is not, it's a very small marker of the whole. It's just as important as everything else, but it's just one part of the whole. And I think we live in a very consumerist sort of, I was in LA, I had to leave LA because I'm like, dude, I'm so done with LA. So now we're down in Laguna Beach. It's a little quieter here, but I'm just like success, like waking up every single morning with energy, with passion, with enthusiasm, with excitement for the challenges we have to overcome. And I guarantee you, if you align and take inspired action towards what it is you want, you will be successful, and you will be rewarded financially for it as well. So money's not the only thing, yet it's super important. And so I think that's just kind of our main message. And screw the banks. Like, I'm done with banks and governments and just the way that really challenging a lot of the programming and the beliefs that we've been given as a society. And that's kind of what we stand for. And crypto, DeFi, and all the other fun stuff.
I think just to go back to when you say, like the lifestyle and all the stuff, what's happening is I'm a physio guy. So I just worked with a patient, like till just before I come, I was running so I don't be late. And it was raining out here in the UK because I'm in the UK, and I love my job. I love helping people. That's one of my biggest thing in my life. And that's why I went to India. I'm not sure I think you watched the video. I went all the way to India, and I stayed there for 4.5 weeks. Even I met my admin travel 38 hours on a train just to come and meet me for 6 days. And he traveled 40 hours back to his hometown. So this guy traveled 3 days just to stay with me for 6 days. Like, how awesome is this guy? Like, what the heck? Like, amazing. That's how much I have 2 admins now left, and I love them so much, both of them. and I will respect so much each other, and it's much more than just YouTube, like Telegram friendship and all the stuff. There's a connection here. What I find out, before we go to the YEILD farming, what I find out is I have a lot of friends here. The problem is everybody look this way, I want to look this way. So this year I just booked 2 tickets for Dubai for crypto conference in April. I'm going one in Romania in March, so that's 3 in total. And what's happening is Friday I'm going to London. I'm going to drive 4 hours one way. I'm going to get all day there with my missus, and then I will come back 4 hours. Like my best friend going to babysit my kids, so I can come back the same day. And people ask me like, why the heck you going in London? I say, look, I went to Germany in crypto conference 2.5 months ago. And I met a lot of, dude, the crypto conference is amazing, full with like your group like here, with open-minded people. You only talk crypto, success, property. I love property also. And then I met a guy, and then he contacted me 2 weeks ago. And he says, Phil, I'm organizing a huge conference for open-minded people in London. The ticket costs the VIP £400. That's $500 for 2 days, 1 dinner and 1 day. And just to meet like huge potential like property investors, some of them crypto, but all open-minded. And he says, I want you to be my guest for free. I say, wow, what an honor. I say, I'll do that. I'll drop a video. He say, no, just come here with your missus. I did a video. I say, my missus is coming, all paid. He said, all paid, even the parking. And I say, I'm coming. I'm there. I don't care, man. I'm driving 4 hours one way, 4 hours back. But that's how I want to succeed. Crypto is one of the tools to succeed. But in crypto, there's so many branches to be successful. And DeFi, like you said, true DeFi. Dude, your voice was after New Year in my head like for a week. Dude, I was listening all that, you it was like great because I was listening because people need to join. By the way, if anybody want to join the group, make sure you say CryptoPhil send you. We're going to get some bonus back the second month. I'm just mentioning that. It's a great referral bonus there. You get $50, I get $50. That if you want to join, make sure when you join second month, wherever I think was second month, make sure if CryptoPhil send you. You write down CryptoPhil send you. Okay, so
can I just add one quick thing for I hope people really get this too, is I was doing some deep thinking over the weekend, and so I've been in business for quite a while, and typically when you're in business, you don't get rich by running a business, you get rich by the exit. So by the selling of the business. A business will cash flow you. Typically when you sell the business, you make money. Most people never sell their business, and they never have really juicy margins in the business. And I was thinking about that in terms of our DeFi portfolios, because we do see our DeFi portfolios like a business. And I think some people will hate on what we have to say because they're like, well, you ain't getting rich off yield farming and staking and all that. And I would say that the answer to that is you're right. That is the business component that pays you. So that's the cash flow. What you do with that cash and how you distribute that into your bull run portfolio, we're looking to exit that. And so your DeFi portfolio is your cash flowing entity. So that is like your chiropractic business. Even if you're making 20 grand a month, you ain't getting ultra wealthy by that. But if you did build the right systems and built the right team in your chiro or your business, whatever, maybe in 3 years you sell it at a 3x multiple to a practice that's 10 times bigger. Now you get a couple $1 million, and that's the exit. So we are looking at our portfolios like a business. We've got our cash flow here. You got your yield farms, you got your staking, you got whatever the hell else you got going on. And the assets you're getting rewarded are being moved into something that can appreciate in, let's say, a bull run or a cycle or the next cycle, whatever. And that's what we're going to be exiting. So just to let the haters know that you ain't getting rich off yield farming, but what you do with that earning, it's a business. What you do with that earning, you could lock in some really juicy profits depending how you play the game. So we do see it as two separate things, and they work together, just like a business. Or if you have a business, make sure you got the systems and you're building a business thinking in order to potentially sell it in the future, because that's where most people, make the real money. And so we want to think of our DeFi portfolios the same way.
What I want to say about your group, right? So everybody's saying, and the question is, if you have like $1,000, where to invest? And people ask me, and the answer is invest in yourself. That's the biggest investment you can do. And And the people think like when I'm jumping now to London, I'm going to Dubai, I'm going to here, and that's all cost. But for me, it's investing in myself because I'm meeting people. I'm going to educate myself. You're learning, like your group, $100 per month. I think is extremely great price. Like you say, 1 cup a day, and people say, but that's a lot. Actually, it's not. The education, would you get there? Again, make sure. What I say, if anybody thinking to join, all right. Sorry, I'm pumping your group. I'm just so excited. If anybody thinks to join, I recommend go there, not for a month. Go there for at least 3 months. 3 months is the best. Get yourself a couple of weeks to start learning. Get your feet wet for $10-20 a day, different pools, because it's so much information, your head going to blow up, and at the moment I'm in chasing things. I'm in chasing high yield, small yield. I'm just experimenting. And in Orca, I made $30 with $700 investments in 2 days time. That's 5%,
Yep.
but of course, there's some impermanent loss can happen, all that stuff, but the 7 rules what you have there, find the blue chip tokens. That's perfectly fine. People are afraid. I was just listening to a video now in the car for impermanent loss. I'm not afraid from impermanent. Why? Because okay, this is how I understand. Let me just make clear, and maybe you correct me. How I understand is, let's say you get in the pool, good pool, ETH and ARP, the most famous where we have like everybody, okay?
Yeah, I got
and
yep.
Ones go up, ones go down. And yes, so this is how I look. Okay, let me explain. I look, like you say, bull run portfolio is here, and this is making machine portfolio, right? Like you say, small little businesses. So if I put here, let's say $1,000 or $3,000, I'm not seeing this money as a bull market. Okay, even you can see them. I'm seeing them that these 3,000, they need to produce for me $30 per day. That's my goal, 15, 20, 30, $50 per day. So that's what I'm seeing. And this money, I can take $50 and I can compound, put them back here, take for food, take for whatever you want. This is how I'm watching. Impermanent loss can be very small if you go with blue chip tokens, okay, like Ethereum and ARP. It's like if one go up, one go down, it's like you DCA into the one who is going down. Simple as that. If you hold that, and the price will go appreciate. Oh, what I'm doing now is, what I find out is, in my pools, I went into 8 different pools. 2 of them went down, of course, because I play very risky. But 6 of them, I think, they are still the same price when I went. Some of the price went up and down, but I make money in between. And the value is still the same. How crazy is this? And I've been making money for 2 weeks, This is like 0.5% a day, 1% a day. Sometimes, like, I wake up today, it was Neon and Solana. I love Neon. And it was 0.34% a day a couple of days ago. And today was 1.4% per day. And I'm still in range because I put the range huge, Even for WIF, or WAIF, that's like a meme token. I put the range 150% up and 100% down. And instead of making 6% a day, I'm making 2% a day. Still huge. I'm in range for freaking 2 weeks. It's like crazy.
Yeah, everyone will structure it differently depending on their portfolio goals. But yes, I agree with you. And then you want to find, you can go on DeFi Llama and look at the correlation matrix and find somewhat correlated pairs. If you're a little bullish on those tokens, you kind of get the best of both worlds. As you get portfolio appreciation through the correlated pairs, you get daily income from what you're earning from them, and you could stack those for the bull run or convert them into lower cap, maybe riskier coins and tokens, some mid cap type stuff that you are maybe looking for like 100x on. So to me, that's like, imagine going into a casino and being able to, build a little cash flow thing that just follows you around, and it puts $10 in your pocket every hour, and then you can take that $10 and you could gamble that $10 if you want. That's also a strategy for some people. So if you have a lower amount of capital, you might not be earning a ton per day, but you could take those couple dollars and put them into assets that have potential for mass appreciation, and you're not necessarily risking that capital anymore. It's almost like free capital. And I say that carefully because I want to be realistic, but you get the point. If you're looking to like turn a very small amount into a lot, we just look to add to zeros. So if you have a 4-figure portfolio, can we get it to a 5? If you have a 5, you have a 6. And over the last year and a half, I kind of built a multi-6, and I'm just looking to get into a multi-7 portfolio on this next cycle. So, and it's all just numbers. DeFi doesn't discriminate between race, religion, sex, political. If people are still choosing sides on politics, which is freaking, we should just leave that in the past. But anyways, but whatever you are, your age, your currency, DeFi doesn't discriminate, and it'll give the same yields to someone who has millions of dollars as it will to someone who has a couple dollars in terms of yield percentages. And so everyone has access to the opportunity, which, and again, there's some fine print to that. There is insider trading and a lot of crap, but as long as you stick to the big stuff and you get away from the degen stuff, you're typically doing all right. Oh, I think you're muted. Or I can't hear you anymore.
No. I was muted. One member want to ask a question. I think it was John. Do you want to ask a question, mate? Danford.
You have a question?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I just want to know, for the sake of this innovation, is there a possibility of developing an app in the future, to allow users to access and comprehend the purpose of this? Do you understand the question?
Close. Just missed the last part.
I think he write down the question in the chat.
Okay. Let me see how we do that. There we go. Danfor. What are the current trends or innovations shaping the future of DeFi, and how can you stay informed and adapt to capitalize on emerging opportunities in the decentralized finance space? I was talking to a dude who runs one of the bigger conferences in Canada. What's his freaking name? That's bad because he was on the podcast. But anyways, he runs one of the bigger conferences, and I asked him, where's the most sponsorship money coming for this year's conference? Because every year there's cycles to that. And he said it's mostly decentralized finance type companies that are promoting or flush with cash. And that excites me because anything the banks can do, DeFi can do. And so I think we're just at like the first few stepping stones of what DeFi is capable of in terms of like what can banks do? Lending, borrowing, insurance, delivering, smart contracts, insurance. There's more and more leveraged opportunities, but it's still very, I'd say, primitive in terms of TVLs are low. I think adoption is low. I think user, what word am I looking for? Not interface, but the ease of use for the user is our biggest roadblock. So I don't care what new innovations come out or how innovative companies are trying to be. If those fundamental problems aren't solved, then it's still just going to be the same user base that's using this stuff. It literally has to get to the point where it feels like you're using an app that like, a Web 2 app. It's got to get that simple. So I think we have bigger issues to face, even yield farming and V3 stuff and even some V4 stuff that's coming out. You really have to know what you're doing or you will get wrecked. And so to me, that's like the biggest thing that I'm looking for is which companies or what protocols are innovating in order to simplify the DeFi experience. Because right now it's so far from simple. I mean, I won't lie about that. It's not simple unless you've been in it. I don't know if that answers the question. And there's hundreds of things being built all of the freaking time. Like hundreds of things being built, but they're not being adopted. They're not being used. We're just still using the really simple stuff.
You have one more question from a guy also. Chase, you can have a check. It's a pretty long one in the chat.
No problem. There we go. Yeah. In order to enhance the credibility of this innovation, is there a consideration to create an app for users to explore and gain a comprehensive understanding of its essence? I mean, yeah, I think education, I'm super passionate about education. I know Phil keeps talking about the group, and I love that, but I'm also super supportive, and we have a YouTube channel, but I'm super supportive of the people who are just creating educational material because, and still, even with that, it's still speaking to I think what I'm most excited for, of course, is adoption. And we haven't really seen mass adoption yet. We see it more on the news, and we see ETFs, which really haven't done anything. It's on people's radars, but it's not. It's really not user friendly, and I think people just keep getting burned so bad in the crypto DeFi space that it turns off. I mean, if I joined crypto and DeFi and I tried something and I lost $2,000 the first week, I would probably not come back to it either. I think it's a scam, and most people still do. So, yeah, I think anyone designing apps for educational material or walkthroughs or anything of that nature, I think it's super important.
Yes. Listen, I do agree. I do. Yeah, it was one lady also saying, as a beginner on DeFi, which is the safest way to start without a lot of risk, because she said there are too many rug. Okay, so let me make this clear. We've been involved. I've been involved in too many rugs. Last year I got slaughtered. So 2022, it was successful for me year. Last year I lost a lot, like a lot. And you know, it's happened. However, the thing what I love here about, just to answer to finish her question, is one of the best and the safest way to start is in DeFi. I highly recommend go and check his group if you can afford for a couple of months. Just go and learn. And I think once you start and see what's happening there, how is the way to learn, how is the way, you can find, I'm going to start now for yield farming videos and all the stuff, but I cannot go into like depth, like how they explain there, because it's going to take like 50 videos, like 1 year video just explaining,
Just to help anyone who's listening to this, I mean, I'm just gonna lay out some really simple groundwork. Stick to Uniswap, don't go anywhere else, don't go to the other dexes, just stick with Uniswap, stick with Blue Chip. Go into high TVL pools. So we'll go $1 million. We usually do $250,000 minimum, but just you're going to start with $1 million TVL. Don't chase yields. Start with a BTC ETH. Start with a small amount. Be in it for a week, and then calculate your returns. Face some impermanent loss. Just learn by doing. I don't think DeFi can be so many people. So sometimes I'll get someone like, you're doing this wrong and it doesn't work this way. And all I ask is, can I see your portfolio? Oh, well, I don't have one. So you're just talking theory. And I don't care about theory, I care about doing. And so I don't think DeFi can be taught. I don't think you can learn to swing a hammer by reading an instruction manual. You just swing a hammer until you learn how to hit nails, and then it becomes second nature. I think DeFi is the same. Start with a really simple pool. Start with $50, $100. Play with it. See some losses, see some impermanent loss. Get your head wrapped around it, and just get more and more comfortable. And don't go in over your head, because then you're going to be anxious, stressed out. If your skill level isn't meeting, if you're going in over your head and your skills aren't there yet, then you'll probably lose money because you'll be ignorant of many things. So just start small. Start with trusted dexes, blue chip assets, practice good security on your wallets and your computer, and just learn by doing. And I think DeFi has to be experienced, not study. You can watch all the YouTube videos, but at some point you just have to do it.
Yeah, I think by watching your YouTube videos, to be honest, there is so much education material. I just record some for how to use Ruby now, because a lot of people, they're so new and beginner, and I've been hacked, and that's painful, and that's so painful, like each day, like I'm checking if something is, you never know, man. It's like if something is drained, and even I use like so many, I have 2 computers here. I use like few ledgers, not just one, few ledgers. I got now, where is that? Give me a second. I got where did it go? I cannot even find it. Oh yeah, right here. Look, I got a Keystone, Tandem. I got a Tandem now. I got one. And I got one big one. I got a Keystone. I don't know where it is. It's not even open. So that's for my next videos. What I want to do. It's like Keystone is inner gap. I never heard, but I learned when I went to Germany. I learned that. I didn't know. So I got connected. They sent me one for testing. It's still in the box because, due to a little bit time. Okay, let's go back a little bit. Let me ask you something, all right? I know a little bit also of this question. How do you start your day, all right? I'm like, you tell me how do you start, what time you wake up, because people sometimes are lazy and sleeping too much. Because I think from sleeping is no memories, Wake up early and start your day. Set up your goals and achieve them one by one. Easy. If you reach the top of the mountain, find a new mountain. That's my plan with my life, you know. So you need to find what's your weakness, according to me. And my weakness is organization, you know. So now I put like here so many tasks, like a positive quotes and all the stuff, you know, start up with smile and all that stuff, and everything's working. You know, find something what's giving you motivation, something like a goals. You must set up your plan and you must work hard towards that. That's me. What about you? And by the way, what time you wake up?
I'm usually up at 4:30 or 5 a.m. Not to hustle, but to set my state and my intention for the day. So by 7 o'clock, I have so many people that, you know, are constantly coming into my world on a daily basis, you know, needing different things from me, different, you know, we got 700 plus members, we've got a team, we've got obviously my personal relationships. And my goal in life, I have one goal in life, and it's just be completely uneffable with. And when I say that, what I mean is I'm going to set my state in the morning. I highly recommend anyone listening, Google spiral dynamics and Google the levels of consciousness. So spiral dynamics and levels of consciousness. And basically, you know, I won't get too deep into this, but obviously everything is made of energy and we're all emitting a frequency, and everything we want is energy. And so to me, the only game, literally the only game, because I've been poor, I've been rich, I've been everything in between, and I've been happy. I used to live in a trailer park, and I was happy at times living in a trailer park, and I was miserable living in the penthouse. Like, I've experienced it all. So to me, I just want to ensure that I'm in control of my state, and everything I do during the day and in the morning, which is 4:35 a.m., is just to set my state and literally ensure I keep it that way no matter what the external circumstances are. So the lens you see the world will be your reality. And that's the game I play. And now I'm not swayed by, and maybe you guys can Google also like the 12 universal laws and study them. I think those 3 things literally can shape your life philosophy from, but just understanding that you're gonna personal development, there's levels to personal development. A lot of it starts with like, I'm going to set goals, and if it's to be, it's up to me, and that's fine. But at some point you realize you really have no control of the outcome. You start surrendering to a bigger vision for your life. And so at first, I think people construct their vision and what they want. I want a big house, and I want a car, and I want a blah, blah, blah. That's totally cool. At some point you realize that's not everything, and life doesn't go the way you always want it to. You start surrendering to something bigger than yourself, and you start catching a vision. That vision is typically a lot bigger than you could ever construct. And at some point you start letting go of, okay, I'm just going to do it my way. And life starts flowing through you. And I don't want to get too deep into this because I could talk about this stuff forever, but then it's just about ensuring that everything you're doing during the day is leading you towards that vision. You cut out anything and everyone that doesn't bring you closer to that. And you start taking responsibility for absolutely everything in your world, which is where I like to sit at, is I'm responsible for everything, and I'm responsible for my own state. So if Phil freaked out and started yelling me at right now, as long as or if someone is shooting hate at me, or if something's not going my way, if my frequency is up here, it doesn't really matter. You don't even see the negativity. And so it's all about, to me, that's the game. That's the game we play. I can't control the markets, dude. I can't control what other projects do. I can't control what Uniswap does. Like, we have no control. Let's just admit that. And I think once we accept that, that's like the second stage of personal development. It starts with, I'm going to work hard and I'm going to make it happen. That's so beautiful. At some point, you realize I'm going to work hard and I'm totally detached from the outcome. It's the process that's the gift, and it's who I become in the process that is the gift. And the money and the material stuff is a byproduct of doing that on a consistent basis, on a daily basis, consistently.
That's a lot of information there, by the way. I think this is a topic where we can talk probably till tomorrow morning. There's so many beautiful books, like The Alchemists, you know, like there's so many nice books. Listen, my goal was last year, I always wake up around 5:30 to do some work, hit the gym, do the things, go to work. But now due to crypto and, I own some properties here I'm trying to develop. Let me tell you about some properties. So let me tell you how, because people, I'll tell you about my friends here who live here. I don't think they don't even listen to my channel, and I had like 12, 15 people here, and everybody just jumping from one work to another work. And they asked me a couple of times, dude, how the heck you manage, to travel here and there all the time? I say, I think you must be blind. Like, you don't see me what I'm doing, like I have 1-2 houses for renting and all the stuff. And how I started is, I have small apartment back home and I sold for 20,000 K, it's small apartment, it doesn't worth a lot. And I went here, I educate myself. Okay, I went here in courses, free. You get property, free courses. They ask you. Oh, somebody was there. They can ask you, if you want to go and join and buy their course, but you can say no. So I didn't have money, but I have money to go there and to learn. It was a YouTube. On YouTube, we have everything. We start going to like once a month to property like meetings, and then. I always take the risk. I always take the risk, and I took the risk. I learn as much as I can, and my wife do a lot of research. She's good in research. I love working with my hands, man. So we get the shittiest house in the best street. That's how you do. And I made up 80% by myself. Of course, I got a plumber, electrician, but most of it, tiles, laminate, door, walls. I learned how to do. I didn't know it. I learned simple. I don't want to pay $200 somebody because, by the way, I love doing that. I love changing things with your hands because once I'm done, I'm satisfied. I say, wow, look at the progress, And I still drive Polo. I think I mentioned to you, Polo 2004 with 2 doors. I definitely need a 4-door car, by the way. Listen, I have 2 kids. So, and then people here, and what's happening is when I bought the house, I was so skimmed. We only have money to buy the house from the apartment, but I need 15,000 more to renovate the house. And I don't have money. My credit cards are only a couple of thousand. So I say, so where to find the money? Do you know what's happened? I call my mom. I call my parents, my wife's parents. I call my best friends. I say, I need money. How much you have? I know I'm going to succeed. And they say, okay, I have 1,000. I have 3,000. And I borrow. I lend it. I borrow money. And I fix the house, I remortgage, and I give everybody back plus 10% extra. Nobody want them, I bought them back. And that's how, and then just repeat, just repeat the process, copy paste. And all my friends have one house now, and I have few, I've been blessed. But from another side, I work my ass off. And people here want to go like this. They want to work from one job 8 till, I did a short, by the way, today, or last night was, I say, 9 till 5 till 65, F that thinks, I prefer 5 till 5 till 55 or 5 till 5 till 45, and then, dude, I think I love working from one side, but what makes me more happy is the successful things when you make, I made a house with my own hands, I made this, I'm proud of myself. Then when I wake up in the morning, I want to hit the gym. I want to do this exercise, successful. Like you say, goals. Then I go in DeFi. I went into few pools. Wow, I make 1% a day, and my money are not rug. My money are not locked. I can get out anytime I want. So that's the thing. First, educate yourself. It was a couple of questions where to start and all this stuff. I would say educate yourself, start low, and then, just learn. Because every mistake, I think one of my admins says, earning is learning or something like learning is earning or something like that. She mentioned, man, it's so big topics here to talk, and there, I think DeFi space gives us this opportunity to hang out. Even to be honest, I love hanging out on phone. On Telegram, I chat with 20 people every day. And everybody coming with amazing idea. Like in your chat, I'm going there. I can see I like that. Like when the people put screenshot, oh guys, look, I'm doing $15 a day, $10 a day, and people think $10 a day. I say, dude, rack free, almost 99% rack free, like Uniswap, Pancake Swap, like Quick Swap, Trader Joe, or like now on Solana, we have Orca, we have Radium. Yes, things can happen, nobody know, but at least you can wake up in the morning, you can have some permanent loss, I don't care, but the money are there, so, all right, sorry, I'm talking, it's like,
no, I'm sending you vibrations of love. I love your energy, your enthusiasm for this space. The space needs more people like you who are enthusiastic and sharing the word, so I'm just sending you waves of love. I love seeing you get excited about all this.
I got excited for life, man. Okay, let me tell you what's the most important thing. Because I'm a physio, so I work with a lot of, people who are not well. when a lot of people complain and complain, if you wake up in the morning and if you're healthy, okay, the sick person have one wish, just to be healthy. And we have tons of wish, like you mentioned earlier, you drive Lamborghini and you're stuck in freaking traffic for hours. Like, fuck the Lamborghini, I'm stuck here. I just lose 3 hours in the traffic, I learned that, by the way. I lived in America for 4 years, and they told me, find a job, move place there, find a job by the house. That was the golden rule. In my country, is buy the house, then look for a job. It's always opposite. And then what I'm trying to say, if you wake up in the morning and if you're healthy, all right, everybody, can have small issues, but if you can walk, if you can do things, be grateful for what you have and go and do something good and try to help. That's my goal. Like, I find you helping people with your courses. Yeah, people say, $100. I don't give a shit. It's $100. I'm learning, and he's helping me to improve myself, to learn more, like I'm helping with my hands. I just helped one patient now, low back pain and all the stuff. Sport guy cannot play football for weeks. Boom, I help. Today, somebody he barely walk after stroke, so I'm trying to improve his walk. I'm helping different ways, and also with my YouTube, I'm trying to help more people to learn. So I think all of us, if you're healthy, be happy, because not a lot of people don't have that. Especially if you have a roof over your top. Like when I went in India, people live on the street. It's sad, man. I was crying for 3 days when I work in Mother Teresa place. I work with kids with disability who are left there. My admin come there to work with me. Man, it was so sad. Just be grateful for what you have. People don't appreciate that.
Absolutely. I 100% agree.
All right. I'm talking too much. All right. Say something.
You're not. I think people forget that. I know we live in a money chasing culture, and there's nothing fundamentally wrong with that, of course. But I'll say that I grew up in a trailer park, and so all I thought about was money in my late teens, in my 20s, worked on the oil rigs, whatever I could to make the money. And then I started a business that was purely money focused, and I made it was a lot to me back then, but I made $100,000 in a single month. To me, that was like the pinnacle of like, I made it. I went through the deepest depression. I ruined a ton of relationships, and I realized that I did give that business up. I want to live in alignment. So not the vision that I'm creating, but the vision that's being caught. And I want to live in alignment. And if that means hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, beautiful. If it doesn't, I'm okay with that. But I also know that through the process of acting in accordance with universal laws and with alignment with your own consciousness or with God or however you want to communicate that you will always be supported. And you will always be like, a bird doesn't wake up and it's like, oh my God, what am I going to do today? Am I stressed? No, like literally that bird is supported, or that squirrel or whatever. And so we live in a more complex society than just a little squirrel or a bird. But I remember just starting to feel into that. And I think Jim Carrey said it, where I wish everyone could be rich and famous so they can understand how empty that is. Like, there is nothing there on the end of that road. And I think I wish for everyone here to experience a big payday or 100x on some crypto, and then sit there and look at your $100,000 or $1 million balance and be like, okay, cool. And realize that literally nothing inside you changes. How people I just bought my dream car a few weeks ago. And it's so interesting how friends and people perceive you differently. Like, they literally come up to you and they feel, I can just tell people come up when I'm filling it up, and they just like I'm on some pedestal or something. And literally nothing, like all of my problems stayed with me. All my issues, like I told you, driving down the 405, stuck in traffic in a Lamborghini, and I'm stressed because I'm missing the meeting. Like, until I wish everyone could experience it so they could realize that if you got food, if you got shelter, if you got the bare essentials met, and you've got a little bit extra to share with your friends and family, it's diminishing returns on the money. And what's interesting is everyone that I meet now with money, the last thing they talk about is money. I'm talking about people who are financially free. They never talk about money. It doesn't, like that is met, and now they're talking about things that actually matter: health, God, asking the deeper questions, and those are the people I want to be around. So to me, I'm like, make the money, focus on that, get out of freaking poverty level, like actually get to some level where you can actually start asking different questions and focusing on different areas of your life. But anyways, we could talk about that stuff forever. Money is such an interesting thing because it's energy, right? So it's an exchange of energy, and that's all money is ultimately. And so it's so interesting that people are trying to get money without increasing their self-value, self-worth, what they give to the world, and they're expecting to get something for nothing. And if you can increase your value, how you show up, how you help people, what you're actually doing in the world, then it is just a universal law that you will be supported financially for it. Whereas a lot of people are thinking, I'm just going to get it. I'm going to get it. But what it's an exchange. What are you exchanging for it? It's so fundamental, dude. And I think there's thousands of books on stuff, but at the end of the day, are you vibrating in the frequency of, again, anyone here could Google spiral dynamics, levels of consciousness by David R. Hawkins, and just study the basics of it and start checking in on a minute or hour by hour basis of literally what state am I in, and blessings will rain upon you when you start operating from, less shame, less guilt, less anger, and more love and courage and joy and willingness and neutrality. It's universal laws. It's not opinion. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, okay, that's a cool story. Like, it's not an opinion, it's a law. And I think you could experience it if you play in that realm for even a short period of time. You'll realize, okay, this is a law, not an opinion. There are no exceptions to the laws. And there's hermetic principles, or there's the, more new age principles, but it's all the same crap. Bible, you can read anything, and it's all the same principles being shared, just in different eras, so different ways of communicating those principles.
I find the book I just posted, Spiral Dynamic. I think that's the one. Yeah. So to be honest, I will order. My biggest problems for books is I do not read enough, and I admit that. I love listening.
I think everyone needs to read. It's just I like doing it because it gets me off of technology, so I can go sit in a park and read, and I can leave my phone at home. I just like it for that reason. But I think a lot of people have better discipline than me. But if my phone is beside me, I'm always tempted to touch it. So I like books because it just disconnects me from all the unnatural.
I think that's very, very true. I bought a book. My wife ordered for me. It was my Christmas present. My Christmas, by the way, is January 6th. And the book is called How to Read a Book, basically. How to start reading a book. So it was recommended by one property investor here. He says, I have issue with that. And I read this book. It was recommended to him by some big guy. And then he said, after this one, I read one, at least one book a month, So that's my goal for the next few months. I want to read this book. I'm not in a hurry. But then I want to start learning to read more books. I'm listening a lot. Don't get me wrong, and all the stuff. I'm educating myself, but I want, like you say, get out of this new technology stuff. Get out, go to the room. Just sweep the page and do that stuff. Because it is something magical there. I think I know when I read before, it is something there. If I don't sleep, of course. If I don't.
I think so. Nature's just the greatest teacher. I like to. I used to live in the city, and I was in LA there for a week, and I was like, we got it. Now we're in Orange County because there's more mountains and nature, but nature's the greatest teacher. So I just try to get off technology, and I'm not perfect. By the way, I'm not a guru here. I make all the mistakes that everyone makes. It's just about I was at a Joe Dispenza event for a week, and he said something that stuck with me. He's like, I don't care how many times you fall. I just care about how quickly you get back up. And I know it's so cliche, right? But that stuck with me, the way he communicated it. And we're all just humans here honestly, we're just trying to figure it out. And so I'm just sharing lessons, that's all.
Lucas, listen, we have almost an hour. I'm just doing giveaway now.
Let's go.
I'll give to Brian there. I'll give everybody $25. I'll ask questions. 1, 2.
Oh, wow.
I think Vinish, this one asked question. So Abdul, Brian, Vinish, and who else? I think Danor. This guy asked question. I'll give you all $25. Please send me the your address in DM, and I will send you once we finish. Or I will send you, by the way, tomorrow. Sorry, tomorrow. I'm babysitting my kids tomorrow. It's interesting one. Listen, I know we have only a couple of more minutes left. Listen, let me say something. The worst thing where you can do in your life for everybody who is listening, I know we're bumping from crypto yield farming to education to life coaching and all this stuff, but all this AMA, I believe everybody love it and appreciate. Chase, go ahead. You can write down, buddy, the question. The worst thing you can do is to be in your comfort zone. Make sure you're not in your comfort zone, okay? Push yourself, because we all know that the diamonds are made under pressure. We know what's happened is I was hurried to fix one of the houses, and then I was under pressure because the tenant coming in 2 weeks time, and I need to be done all, and I was working 7 till 7, and I pretty much I wake up and I go to work and say, okay, what's next? And boom, I was put under pressure and I did it. The same with the physio. When I'm put under pressure to learn about new techniques with this patient, because if this doesn't work, and then you come up with something what is working for him, and boom, you achieve your goal. Done. You help that guy or you help somebody, And I please everybody, doesn't matter where you are, make something good in your life. Doesn't matter what. Even help the grocery lady who just lift up her grocery bags. Just even when you drive, just stop. Just ask somebody to go in front of you. When you're on the stoplight or wherever. Make sure you're doing something good every single day. Okay, small or big. Do some. Don't wait to become a millionaire to give money, because you will never do that. Start with what you have. Even if you buy $5 and buy somebody burger or coffee, just put some smile on somebody, right? Simple as that. Okay. One guy just asked the last question. I will leave you alone. Chase asks if you can read that if you want.
Yes. Let me figure out how Telegram works again. Bam. How do I go to the comments?
Chase, you also win a $25, man. Let me just send you the.
Okay, there we go. There it is. Click. This in order to hands. Where are we here? Chase. I don't see it, but
it's just click down here and you'll see it. I just posted. Just click
comments, but I don't see. Oh, there, Chase. I asked a question, Phil. Which question did Chase ask?
So if you press on that, it's going to bring you to the question.
Okay.
He already answered the question, mate.
What's up?
He already answered the question. I was just trying to remind Phil that it was the first question.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sorry, guys. I'm obviously technologically.
That's fine. I just posed the question down. You can see it down if you want to check. But but he has the question. Okay, I got it. It's the first question. Okay, but Chase, I think he answered this one.
Yeah, no, it's all good. But yeah, I mean, I think there's so much room for improvement in terms of, we already did answer this one. I just think there's so much. I support anyone who is innovating in this space, in any project that's innovating, whether it's Web 2 apps that educate, whether it's Web 3 stuff. To me, it doesn't really matter. I'm like, let's just get more people involved in this, because it is a win-win. We got a lot of crap to sort through. We got a lot of projects that say one thing and do another. I think we've been just consistently disappointed. So my standard for what I even participate in is extremely high. And so should yours. But that's not to say that projects are trying and they will fail. It doesn't mean they're scamming. They will fail. But yeah, so I do think there's room for improvement. I do think there's rooms for apps. I'd love to see an app. Honestly, I was thinking about this a few days ago. I'd love to see an app where people can demo like yield farming. You know how you can do that with trading and people can practice trading? I'm like, man, an app, if someone created that where they could demo and play with a like a fake account, so to speak, but within real pools so they can get a really good idea of their actual returns and learn this stuff, that would be super, super cool. But anyway, yeah. I think there's a lot of room for
listen, I just want to say, if anybody want to join, make sure you join their, if you want to check them out, his group, definitely there. I highly recommend that, again, it's up to you, do whatever you want, but just, if you go there, make sure you're ready to learn a lot. It's not like, oh, go here. They will don't say that, go here and do that. Okay. They will teach you through the process, and then you need to take the action by yourself. But it's so much information there, and give yourself at least 2-3 weeks time every day for a couple of hours to go through the process, to learn, and to start slowly engaging into the process. I want to say huge thank you, Lucas, for coming here. I hope to see you in the next few months again, and it's been absolutely honored and pleasure. And everybody, thank you who been here. I know everybody going to watch this video afterwards probably. Again, thank you so much for being here. It's been a pleasure to me.
And thank you for sharing your gifts and your energy with the world. Thank you for that.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Good night, wherever you are. Have a great day. God bless. Stay positive, and love you all. All right, I'm going to end up. See you next time.
Phil. Thank you.